Blizzard gave Season 10 such a name that just hearing it brought chaos upon Sanctuary. Season of Chaos. Chaos armor, chaos perks, a reborn Infernal Hordes with Bartek himself waiting at the end. Today, I'll break down everything you need to know from the official 2.40 PTR notes, so you can theory craft early and dominate when the season launches. What is the 2.40 PTR? From August 19th to 26th, Blizzard is opening a public test realm to preview next season's core systems, a full Infernal Hordes rework, a brand new Chaos Gear layer, and a modular perk system that rewires how your class plays. PTR means numbers can change, but directionally, this is the biggest shakeup since launch. Infernal Hordes Reborn. Infernal Hordes now starts hot. You begin each run with an Infernal offering right away, so early momentum matters. The entire offering pool has been rebalanced, so more picks feel viable and stack into a focused strategy, not just random upgrades. The Fel Council gets a promotion. One member becomes the council speaker, gaining enhanced abilities, so planning your end fight matters more. You'll meet chaos monsters during waves. Kill them to gain shrine-like buffs that supercharge your build mid-run. And sometimes your offering pool will include chaos waves, optional, significantly harder waves that pay out far more ether if you survive. Expect wild variants, projectiles from chaos rifts, a rampaging hellworm, even roving ether goblins. At the end, you face a choice. Finish against the council or gamble your ether and challenge Bartek. If one party member commits, the whole party commits. Beat him and the loot drops straight on the ground, no extra ether tax. Fleeting Hordes. Before Torment, you'll see a condensed version called Fleeting Hordes. 4 waves, limited offerings, then a 2-member council fight before cash out. It's a quick ramp that teaches the new flow without the late-game brutality. Chaos Armor. Chaos Armor is a new tier of unique that drops in a different slot than the original. Since Flickerstep's original form is boots, Flickerstep Chaos Boots will not be available in the game, as Chaos Helm, Chest, Gloves, and Pants can be obtained in these slots. These items roll maximum power unique effects, and always come with at least one greater affix. You can't equip the standard and the chaos version of the same unique at once, but slot swapping opens insane combos. Think Fists of Fate becoming a helm so you can keep a different pair of god-rolled gloves. Chaos Rifts. In Helltide, Chaos Rifts erupt in the open world. Shut them down for XP, gems, and more shots at Chaos Armor. There's even an extremely rare mythic Chaos Rift. Nightmare dungeons can also spawn Chaos Rifts and are now a solid source of Fleeting Hordes compasses to keep your ether engine running. Chaos Perks. Perks come in 4 rarities: Magic, Rare, Legendary, Unique. You can equip 3 non-unique and 1 unique at the same time. Every class gets 16 perks total, 4 of each rarity, and each class has its own exclusive set on top of the shared pool. Shared examples: Invigorating Attacks, periodic mega resource on your next basic at the cost of basic damage. Unstable Power, basics always crit and overpower for a burst, but then go on a short cooldown. Erupting Chaos and Power Siphon, AoE bursts and core skill steroids with a resource downside. Marred Guard and chaotic cooldowns. Survival and cooldown roulette that changes how you build CDR. Crazy Brew, a potion that becomes a temporary God mode haste window. Unique perks with massive multiplicative pressure and meaningful trade-offs. Class-specific highlights. Barbarian. Deafening Chorus makes shouts constantly active with increased effect. At the cost of Fury Headroom, Single-Minded Fury supercharges Overpower and Bleed if you commit to one arsenal weapon type. Druid. Wild Transformations casts a free skill as you shapeshift and grants a rotating 5-second buff. Savagery turns companions into core skills. Necromancer. Defile the Dead. Lets you consume each corpse twice and causes shadow bursts. Alter the Balance flips cores into ultimates with cooldowns and makes ultimates into essence spenders with no cooldown. Rogue. Hit and run stacks multiplicative damage as you move. Chaotic Grenades layers extra physical bursts and energy returns. Sorcerer. Mana Shield converts your survivability to mana with absurd regen after not taking damage. Mana-infused Conjurations pays mana per second to turn Hydra, Lightning Spear, and Familiars into endgame damage engines. Spiritborn? Back off. Rewards spacing with huge range damage multipliers. Convocation of Spirits adds high-ceiling RNG bursts that scale with ultimate damage. New uniques Saber of Tsaskal, Barb, stacking multiplicative damage for each damaging skill you equip with an extra surge as you cycle them. Kilt of Blackwing, Druid. Raven builds go nuclear. Form shifts and companion activations can summon extra ravens and even an unkindness for a short window. Gospel of the Devotee, Necro. Dramatically empowers basics, faster reap, decompose spawning corpses every 0.5 seconds. Hemorrhage extra burst, and bone splinters piercing. Orphan Maker, Rogue. A marksman rework with a new reload keyword. Massive doubled up volleys gated by micro downtime. Galvanic Azurite, Sork. Lightning hits magnetize enemies, spawning crackling energy and amping all your lightning damage. Clustered foes pull each other together. Hesha Ikasungi, Spiritborn. The Protector pulls inward. Guerrilla skills deal huge bonus damage, doubled to knocked down targets and bosses. Buffs and nerfs. Barbarian. Basic skills now deal an extra 50 to 80% damage. Core skills deal an additional 100 to 200% fire damage. Shouts are 20 to 40% more powerful, but each shout costs 20% fury. If you play with a single weapon type, you get 20 to 40% overpower, 100 to 200% bleed duration, 50 to 100% health, and 50 to 100% more damage. Druid. When Spirit is active, you gain 10 to 20% extra damage every 50 points. Core skills deal 100 to 200% poison damage, and burning 5 Spirit grants a 100% critical hit guarantee. Transforming grants 10 to 20% critical damage, 10 to 20% damage reduction, or 10 to 20% attack speed. Pets deal 30 to 60% more damage. Necromancer. Minions now deal an additional 50 to 150% reap damage. Doe-T damage deals 50 to 100% more damage based on critical hit chance. Corpses deal 200 to 400% Shadow Burst damage. Core and ultimate skills have been swapped. Cores act like ultimates but have cooldowns, while ultimates act like cores but require essence costs. Rogue. Basic skills randomly imbue, dealing 20 to 40% more damage. Double cast chances are between 50 to 100%, but energy regen is completely disabled. Stun grenades deal 50 to 100% extra damage and grant energy. Hit and run deals 30 to 50% bonus damage while moving, but deals 30% less damage when stationary. Sorcerer. Basic skills deal 30 to 50% more damage when cast. Core skills are 10 to 20% more powerful, but mana cost and cooldown is increased by 10%. Conjurations deal 10 to 30% more damage, but consume 5 mana per second. Mana Shield removes 99% of health, but grants an insane amount of mana in return. 200 to 400% more, 5000% regen. Spiritborn. Crushing hand damage has doubled. Rake and Stinger have received significant buffs. Thorn's bonus has increased from 150% to 300%. Harmonious and Exalted Protector have received damage increases. Jaguar Strikes has been bug fixed, but also received additional damage. PTR Boost. Test everything. Inked Bardu, Vendor. Murak sits by the main waypoint with segmented boosts so you can focus testing. Currencies, materials, all runes and temper manuals, masterworking unlock, all aspects and uniques, all glyphs at max, Torment unlocks, Paragon 200, and even direct grants for Chaos perks and Chaos armor. It's the perfect sandbox to validate builds before the season goes live. That's the full rundown of the 2.40 PTR and what to expect in Season 10. I'll be posting build guides tuned to Chaos perks and Chaos armor as soon as I lock the numbers in testing. If you found this breakdown helpful, drop a like, share it with your friends, and tell me in the comments, which Chaos perk are you building around first? Mana Shield, Deafening Chorus, or something spicy like a Beast Cornered? See you in Sanctuary.